Welcome back to our final transformation video, and here we're going to talk about reflecting across the x-axis and also reflecting across the y-axis. Alrighty, and so I'm going to have to change our parent function for these last two because, well, if I reflect the parabola or y equals x squared across the y-axis, it's just going to look exactly the same, so it doesn't really help us visualize what's happening. So I'm going to switch it up to f of x is the square root of x for this video. And so reflecting over the x-axis, I'm actually just going to draw it on the exact same, graph here. So the black one is f of x, and the red one, well, if I reflect over the x-axis, that's just bringing everything and mirroring it downward. And so 1, 1 is going to now become 1, negative 1. So again, this red function that I'm about to draw is different than the black one. I'm not combining it with that black one. So this one becomes 4, negative 2, and this point down here becomes 9, negative 3. Excuse me. And so now we can kind of see what's going on here, in that all that I really need to do is take all those existing y values, and this is g of x, and just stick a negative sign in front of it. And that's really all you're going to have to do. And so g of x is really just negative 1 times f of x. Or you can just write it as negative f of x. That's all we need to do. So really, g of x, negative f of x. So you just take the existing y values and you just stick a negative sign in front of all of them. That will create a new graph that is just the existing graph reflected down here. We can see that. Well, I could use now actually y equals x squared as our example. Example, f of x equals x squared, because now, right here, this is 1, 1, and then let's say, actually this point up here will be more useful, 2, 4. Something like that. Then now the new graph, well, I just need to take a negative sign in front of that point. Oh, sorry, we're going to graph negative x squared. Be careful with parentheses here. It's not negative x squared, which would be different. It'd be negative, it's x squared, stick a negative sign in front. And so now that 2, 4 becomes 2, negative 4. And so you're just going to draw that parabola upside down, like so. All right. So let's talk about reflecting it over the y-axis. So give me a second to get my drawing in place. Alrighty, so I've drawn now our original square root function, but now I've also reflected it over the, not x, the y-axis. And that's the red one over here. So this red one is g of x, once again. And the black one here is f of x, just the square root of x. And so you can kind of see here, just like before, reflecting it over the y-axis has no bearing on the y-coordinate. The y-coordinate stays the same. 3, 3, 2, 2, and then 1, 1. And also that 0, 0 doesn't get reflected at all because it's already on the axes. And so we can see here, the only thing that changes is the x-coordinate. And so if you think about it, well, I'll use this example here. Right here, I know that g of negative 9 is equal to f of positive 9. And likewise, right here, g of negative 4 is equal to f of positive 4. And so really all I need to say here is that g of x is the exact same function, f of x, is just with the opposite x values. So again, you're tricking the function into thinking, hey, I'm plugging in whatever the original value was. So when I plug in negative 9 into g, it's as if you're just plugging negative 9, which is positive 9, into f, and I'm like, oh, what's the square root of 9? It's 3, and that's why this function comes out to 3. Okay, so that's reflecting, and hopefully now you have all the tools you need to transform a function. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call in Mr. Chu, and we're probably going to work through a couple examples together so you can get some extra practice and check your work. Alrighty? If you watched all 4 of these videos, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.